I didn't mind it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our pre-bidding conference of our school works projects for this office, Cagayan de Oro First District Engineering Office, DPWH Region 10. So, when I start this proceeding, I would like to call on Architect Francis Zambrano for our opening prayer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let us pray. Father, Lord, we thank you for all the gifts and blessings you give us and your family. And we pray that as we gather today in this meeting conference, you guide our minds and hearts towards fairness, transparency, and right judgment in all discussions and decisions. Help us to listen with open mind and speak, open minds and speak with clarity, seeking understanding and treatment that serves the best interests of all. Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you, Brad. At this point, I'd like to call on our Back Secretariat for the roll call and acknowledgement in the observers and guests.
Good afternoon again. Attendance for this conference. Back Chairperson OIC Admin General and Candela. Vice Back Chairperson Adriel Alvero Isalibimba. Regular members Ms. Lia and Pungit. NOC Ruggiero C. Marcos Itacanay. Provisional Member Engineer Mabel Epsaan. Head Back Secretariat Engineer Jennifer Ibanaan. Members Engineer Aida Marilyn Villaroy. Mr. Ethan Paderes and Mr. Head Back PWG, Mr. Marvin Julius J. Val. Members are Architect Francine Valdez, Engineer Lourdes O. Mendoza, Engineer Camille Agnes Pigo, Engineer Anthony H. Casona, Engineer Ryan F. Pilipio, and Engineer Shani Mesidario. Programmers, Engineer Carl Mark C. Pulmano, Engineer Alex D. Caliso, Engineer Milo Castellon, and Engineer Jeremy John Morales. Observers from Barangay San Simon, Barangay Cagayan, Iduquen, Mambuaya, and from Barangay Bulua, Barangay Mr. Michael Giboro, and interested leaders from Ramdaan Construction, Mr. Ram Paulo Daan. That's also important.
Thank you, Ben. So, majority of the members are present, as well as the technical working group at the Back Secretariat. So we are in quorum. And also, I would like to welcome our invited guest observers and our respective leaders. And also, for the information of everyone, we are can be seen live. We have online viewers. Also, you are welcome. For the info of everyone, this proceeding is recorded. So again, today is March 24, scheduled pre-bidding conference of 4 of our civil works projects. These are number 1, 26K0036, construction of Macanhan-Balulang Road, Station 0 to Station 1+00, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, with an approved budget for the contract of 18,498,789 pesos and 21 centavos. Second project is 26K0037. The contract name Rehabilitation of Road at Barangay Mambuaya, Station 0 to Station 1+00, Cagayan de Oro City. It approved budget for the contract of $18,489,808 pesos and 39 centavos. Third project, we have 26,800,38. This is the rehabilitation of road at Barangay San Simon, Station 0 to Station 200. Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. In an approved budget for the contract of 4,556,244 pesos and 99 centavos. And last one, fourth, 26K0039. The construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Bulua, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental. With an approved budget for the contract of 5,939,930 pesos and 67 centavos. So this afternoon, we will be presenting these 4 projects. The details of this project to our programmers, and after the presentation, questions and clarifications will be entertained. And after the 4 projects are presented, later our procurement engineer will present or the instructions to bidders for the requirements, the bidding requirements. So to start, I'd like to call on Engineer Carl Marx Pulmano to discuss the details of the first project, 26K0036, construction of Macanhan-Balulang Road, Cagayan de Oro City.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. For construction of Macanhan-Balulang Road, Station 0 to Station 1 plus 00, with approved budget for the contract of 18,498,789.21 and calendar days of 233. Here as shown is the location of the project. Starting here at the crossing, going to the Balulang, Centro Balulang, and along Macanhan-Balulang Road up to here, near Balulang UCCP. That's the end of the station of the project. So for the minimum equipments required for the project, we have 2-way radio, 3 owned, barricade flasher light, 10 owned, trailer for equipments, 1 lease, trailer for minor tools, 1 lease, backhoe with pavement breaker, 0.08, 1 lease, sorry, payloader 2 lease, dump truck 2 lease, concrete saw 1 owned, bulldozer 1 lease, backhoe 1 owned, motorized road grader 1 lease, vibratory roller 1 owned, water truck / pump 1 lease, concrete vibrator 2 owned, concrete screeder, walker truck screed 1 owned, bar cutter 1 owned, mechanized joint sealer 1 owned, transit mixer 4 lease, concrete batch plant 1 lease, cargo / service truck all models truck 1 lease, truck mounted crane 1 lease, 1 bagger mixer 1 owned, bar bender 3-phase 1 owned, applicator machine 1 owned, kneading machine 1 owned, and cargo / service truck all models 1 lease. Here are the attached documents, permit to enters, and soil test fittings. And for our summary of quantities and the scope of work of the project, nearly for this project is rehab existing pavement. So here are the items of the summary of quantities. For B.3 permits and clearances for excavation permit, 1 lump sum. B.5 project billboards / signboard for each. B.72 occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.82 traffic management, 1 lump sum. B.9 mobilization / demobilization, 1 lump sum. And for our earthworks, we have 1013 B3 for removal of actual structures / obstruction of 0.23 meters thick PCCP or existing PCCP on site. Unenforced, we have a quantity of 5,056.25 square meters. We have for 1022 for surplus common excavation, we have 188.40 cubic meters. For 1031A structure excavation common soil, we have 21.60 cubic meters for our street light structure. And 1041A embankment from roadway / structure excavation common soil 65.27 cubic meters. And for 105-1B for subgrade preparation for existing pavement, we have a quantity of 6,100 square meters. And for our 2011 for aggregate base course, we have 1,220 cubic meters. And for our service courses, we have 311-1E1 for Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced for 0.28 meters, take 14 days, the quantity of 6,100 square meters. And for our miscellaneous structures, for 6121 for refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, with a quantity of 247.25 square meters. And for 6122 for refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, we have 57 square meters. And for 6249C1 for our single arm solar LED roadway lighting, 9 meters pole, 80 watts to 125 watts, we have 8 each. And for the pedestals, for pedestal pay items, under the street light structure, we have 8047 for the ground field, with a quantity of 1.15 cubic meters. For the 901D for structural concrete, for the pedestal footing, we have quantity of 5.86 cubic meters, and 902-1A1 for the reinforced steel bars deformed grade 40, with a quantity of 413.72 kilograms. As shown here are the typical pavement markings, details, typical roadway sections. For the shaded part is the existing PCCP and the proposed 3.05 lane per lane. And for our typical for reblocking the old pavement for the connection from existing to proposed. And for the typicals for the street lightings. And that's all for construction of Macanhan-Balulang Road. Thank you. Any questions?
Are there any questions, clarifications from our respective leaders? We have online viewers, questions from our so there are no questions, clarifications. So we proceed to the next project. So our next project, 26K0037, the rehabilitation of road at Barangay Mambuaya. We have the City. This will be presented to us by General Alex Caliso.
So good afternoon, everyone. Rehabilitation of road at Barangay Mambuaya, Station 0 to Station 1+00, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental. So this project composed of 12 sections. As you can see, the station limits of each. So the net length of project is 1,000 meter or 1 kilometer. And the approved budget for the contract is 18,489,808.39. So scope of work, we have here construction or improvement of existing gravel road to paved road, PCCP, with width of 2.5 meters, both sides, meaning it's 2 lanes and thickness of 0.23 meters thick. And also there's a remove and replace of existing paved road to PCCP width of 2.5 meters both sides and thickness of 0.28 meters thick. And also there's installation of drainages, so I will be discussing it later. So there's also installation of solar-led roadway lightings. So general drawing, it is located in Barangay Mambuaya. This is the vicinity map. So this is the site development plan of each sections, the 12 sections. So this is specifically located at Ecoville. So you can see here the site development plan. And here are some of the pictures or the geotag pictures. So this picture right here is the image of the remove and replace of existing. We'll be replacing it with 0.28 meters thick PCCP. So for the plan and profile, this is the plan and profile of each section. So the section 1 is where the remove and replace of existing paved road, so rehabilitation of road, while the other sections are improving of gravel road. So the section 1 has only 58.01 meters. And also for the section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5, section 6, section 7, section 8, section 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there are 12 sections. And also this is the straight line diagram of each section for clarifications of scope of works. So for typical drawings, this is the typical drawing for section 1. We have here the rehabilitation of existing road, and also additional shoulder width of 1.5 meters both sides, and installation of line canal on the right side of the section. Since there's an existing line canal in the area, we will just be tapping the existing. And also, all sections will be accompanied with a reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking. So you can see the details of the upper right. So for our section 2 and section 3, we will be having this section width of 2.5, thickness of 0.23, and installation of both sides drainages, open line canal with width of 0.6 each. So these are the details, and also the cross drain details. And there's also sections wherein we will be having a slope protection, not very high but small heights lang, probably 1 to 2 meters. And also there's pipe covered cross drain that will be reinforced by the slope protection. So you can see the details here. So there's also sectioning of each typical section para dili ma-misunderstood ang each typical sections. And also for the junctions wherein we will be having the line canal, we will be also installing a metal frame and gratings for each junction. So this is the details and also the station limit. For our Portland cement concrete pavement details, the typical details, the geometric design standard drawings. And so for our summary of quantities, we have here B.3 permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. B.5 project billboard and signboard for each. B.7 occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.8 traffic management, 4.33 months. B.9 mobilization demobilization, 1 lump sum. 103A2 individual removal of trees, 301 to 500 millimeter diameter small for 14 each. 1013V3 removal of actual structures, obstruction 0.23 meters thick. PCCP unreinforced 290.06 square meter. 1022 surplus common excavation 1,575.52 cubic. 1031A structure excavation common soil 881.27 cubic. 1041A embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil 377.06 cubic. 1047 gravel field 31.98 cubic. 1071 overhaul 14 cubic kilometer. 2011 aggregate base course 1,017.57 cubic. 3111C1 Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.23 meters deep 14 days. 4,576.79 square meter. 3111E1 Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.28 meters thick 14 days. 464.10 square meter. 4041A reinforcing steel grade 40 14,996 kilograms. 4051A2 structural concrete 20.68 megapascal. Class A 14 days 183.16 cubic. 4056 structural concrete painting works 2.4 square meter. 501D pipe culverts, class 4 RCPC 10 linear meter. 5025 metal frames and gratings 16 pair. 5052A routed riprap class A 2.55 cubic. 5061A 5061 stone masonry 195.12 cubic. 6112 seedlings and saplings for other programs and initiatives 14 each. 6121 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking white 267.05 square meter. 6122 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking yellow 17.67 square meter. And 6249C1 single arm solar LED roadway lighting 9-meter pole 80 to 125 watts 3 each. So for our minimum equipment requirement, we have here backhoe 1 owned, dump truck 2 owned, chainsaw 1 owned, bulldozer 1 leased, payloader 1 leased, motorized road grader 1 leased, vibratory roller 1 leased, water truck 1 owned, plate compactor 1 owned, transit mixer 4 leased, concrete vibrator 2 owned, concrete batch plant 1 leased, concrete skidder 1 owned, concrete saw 1 owned, bar cutter 1 owned, joint sealer machine 1 leased, bar bender 1 owned, 1 burger mixer 1 owned, truck mounted crane 21 to 25 metric ton, 1 leased cargo service truck 2 to 5 metric ton, 1 leased cargo service truck 9 to 10 metric ton, 1 leased backhoe with breaker 1 leased, backhoe wheel mounted 1 leased, applicator machine 1 leased, kneading machine 1 leased, boom truck 1 leased, welding machine 1 owned, material testing apparatus 1 owned, and barricade flasher light 4 owned. So these are the specifications for our solar LED roadway lighting. And for our attachments for our road right of ways and our soil test report for this specific project. So that's all for this project, sir. Sure.
Thank you, Alice. So are there any questions or clarifications from our prospective bidders and from our online viewers? So it's none. So, Alice, we proceed with the third project, 26-0038. Documentation of road at Barangay San Simon, Cagayan de Oro City. Please be presented to us by Engineer Jeremy Morales.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be presenting the project rehabilitation of road at Barangay San Simon, Station 0 to Station 200, Cagayan de Oro City. So for this project, the contract duration is 77 calendar days with approved budget for the contract 4,556,244.99. Scope of works include the reblocking of the existing road and also the installation of solar street lights. So for the project location, it is situated near the San Simon Pag-asa building. For the project site development plan, the project has 200 meters inlet for the existing road in the location. So for the project stationing, so the road is existing already with 5 meters existing width, thickness of 0.23 meters. And the rehabilitation project will have a new width of 6.1 meters. So the picture shows the beginning station and the end station. For the project design and profile details, the project includes reflectorized thermoplastic paint details. Also project includes items of removal of existing PCCP, Portland cement concrete with proposed PCCP of 3.05 both sides. The project also includes the installation of solar street lights. So for the project profile, the picture shows the 9 solar LED roadway lighting for this project, included the project 7 street lights rather. For the straight line diagram, so these are the following stationings for the solar street lights with PCCP road width of 6.1 meters. For the summary of quantities, we have 3.3 permits and clearances, 1 lump sum for excavation permit, 3.5 project billboard signboard for each, 3.72 occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum, 3.82 traffic management, 1 lump sum, 3.9 mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. For the earthwork, 101 fee removal of actual structures and obstruction, 0.23 meters thickness, 1,000 square meters. 102 surplus common excavation, 433.96 cubic meters. 103.18 for structure excavation common soil, we have 15.12 cubic meters used for the streetlight structure. For the sub-base and base course, we have 201 aggregate base course with 244 cubic meters. We have surface courses, 311 1C1 Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.23 meters in thickness with 1,220 square meters. For the miscellaneous structures, we have 612 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white with 48.55 square meters. 612 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow with 14.19 square meters. And lastly, 624 9C1 for the single arm solar LED roadway lighting with 9 meters in height, 7 each. For volume 3 earthwork, we have 847 gravel field, 1.01 cubic meters used for the streetlight structure. For the reinforced concrete item, we have 901 deep structural concrete 4,000 PSI with 5.12 cubic meters used for streetlight structure as well. And lastly, 902 1A1 reinforcing steel T4 grade 40, 362 kilograms used for the streetlight structure. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have two-way radio 2 own, barricade flasher light 10 own, bulldozer 1 lease, payloader 1 lease, backhoe 1 lease, quadruptory roller 1 lease, motorized road grader 1 lease, trailer for equipments 1 lease, dump truck 2 owned, water truck 1 owned, backhoe with pavement breaker 1 leased, concrete saw 14 blade 1 leased, concrete saw 14 blade 1 owned, transit mixer 1 leased, concrete vibrator flexible shaft type 2 owned, concrete squeeder 1 owned, bar cutter single phase 1 owned, mechanized joint sealant 1 owned, plate compactor 1 leased, 1 bagger mixer 1 owned, bar bender 3 phase 1 owned, cargo service truck all models 1 leased, applicator machine 1 leased, kneading machine hydraulic double cylinder 1 leased, and lastly material testing apparatus 1 set owned. So for other details, lump sum used for excavation permit as per ordinance number 12860 of 214. And for other pertinent documents, the project has already secured permit to enter and barangay resolution and has already coordinated with the barangay council and residents, ensuring no private property encroachment. So these are the following pertinent documents. So thank you. That is all.
Okay, thank you. Jeremy. Are there any questions or clarifications from our prospective viewers? And from online viewers? And so proceed to the next project. The 26KH 0039, a construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Bulua, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis. This will be presented to us by Engineer Michael Castelliano.
Sige lang, ma'am. Ang asal din yung pwede naman mag-iba lang. Mag-iba lang.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'll be representing the project name construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Bulua, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental, with the coordinates of 124.61333 and 8.48111, located at Arcadia Village, Barangay Bulua, Cagayan de Oro City, with the contract ID of 26KH39. So the appropriation of this project is 6 million and an approved budget contract of 5,939,930 and 67 centavo with a calendar days of 180. Its major categories is BICWO PLC, buildings construction without piles, low-rise concrete frame, and a similar major category of BICWO PHC, buildings construction without piles, high-rise concrete frame. So for the scope of work for this project is mainly the construction of multi-purpose building, which is a covered court and its electrical works, and a newly layered concrete basketball slab, the line canal, and a removal of tree to be seen later. So for the location plan from the Macapagal Road, going to the site location, reaching to this cross-section area, going to this road to the site area, to the Arcadia Village. So on the picture, we have the site location where the project to be constructed. So these are the site photos. And this tree right here is to be removed. So as you can see, there is an existing, a bit damaged concrete slab to be layered with a new concrete slab. So this is the perspective of the basketball covered court with a 4 base and 10 columns overall with concrete slab and a stage on the right side. So this is the truss perspective. So this is the layout plan, the foundation layout plan on the site. So from the road section, we have a 3.7 meter setback from the covered court. So for the floor plan, architectural, so as you can see, it is provided with a line canal for a proper drainage along the covered court perimeter, which is the side of left side and the rear view side. So we have a dual slope roof plan, which is a rib type, and the color is to be approved by the end user. So we have a 20 by 24.4 meters dimension of a covered court. So we have so this is the elevation, the transversal section. So as you can see, we have a slope on the soil. The reason of a different elevation of the two columns to be discussed later. So the rear elevation, the right side elevation, left side elevation. And this is the detail for architectural detail for the stage. It's isometric view. So we have a CHB wall and a 2 degree inch steel handrail on both sides. So the stage floor plan and its roof plan. So the dimension of the stage is 7.4 and 3.6 meters. And this is the front view and this left side view, rear view, and the right side view of the stage. So for the structural foundation layout on the side, so this is the foundation plan with a 100 mm thick concrete slab to be layered and a roof beam plan. So this is the column 1 and the column 2. So their differences are only the 1 meter elevation of the footing to the ground. So they have the same dimension, like 400 by 450, just the elevation itself. So the typical wall tie beam details in the footing details, schedule of footing, and the schedule of the concrete beams. So this is the structural transversal section. And the section 1. So structural longitudinal grid A. And for the grid D, so As you can see, there is a CHB piling for soil confinement to retain the embankment of the soil due to the different elevation. The roof framing plan and the roof structural detail for the stage, which has 4 stiffener column and lintel beams. And the structural detail of stage, which has 100 mm thick concrete slab. So our stage is 7.4 and 3.6 mm dimension. And the schedule of its columns and footings. So for the structural of our truss, we're going to use the 16 by 36 for the rafter and 8 by 18 for the lateral support. So for our connection details, we have the apex connection detail, the rafter splicing connection detail, the shear and moment rafter to lateral support connection detail. And lastly, the shear rafter to lateral support connection detail. And for our electrical plan, we have the lighting layout and the power layout plan. So we have a 20 LED lights to be installed. For the grounding and roof air terminal layout plan. So for our summary of quantities, for the other general requirements, we have the B31, the permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. B51, the project billboard signboard, 2 each. The B71, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B91, mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. And for general, for the Part C earthworks, 801, 1 removal of structure and obstruction, 1 lump sum. 803, 1A, structure excavation, common soil, 116.96 cubic meter. 803A for individual removal of trees, 1 each. 804, 1A, embankment from roadways, structure excavation, common soil, 152.51 cubic meter. 804, 2A, embankment from borrow, common soil, 35.55 cubic meter. 804, 7, gravel fill, 63.27 cubic meter. And for reinforced concrete, we have 901C, structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, Class A, 28 days, 42.13 cubic meter. 902C, structural concrete, Class B, 28 days, 52.80 cubic meter. 902, 1A1, reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40, 9,938.58 kilograms. 903, 2, formworks and post works, 340.61 square meter. And for the finishing in other civil works, we have 1,013, 2A, fabricated metal roofing accessory, 34.16 linear meter. 1,014, 1B2, repainted metal sheets, 727.11 square meter. 1,027, 1, cement plaster finish, 97.96 square meter. 1,032, 1A, painting works, masonry concrete, 254.56 square meter. 1,032, 1C, painting works, steel, 731.71 square meter. 1,046, 2A1, CHB non-loading including reinforcing steel, 100 mm, 55.76 square meter. 1,046, 2A2, CHB non-loading bearing including reinforcing steel, 150 mm, 36 square meter. 1,047, 4B, metal structure accessories, turnbuckle, 32 each. 1,047, 5A, metal structure accessories, bolts and rods, 84.61 kilograms. 1,047 5B metal structure accessories subrods 175.82 kilograms. 1,047 5C metal structure accessories cross bracing 312.64 kilograms. 1,047 5D metal structure accessories steel plates 582.66 kilograms. 1,047 8A structural steel trusses 8,440.79 kilograms. 1,047 8B structural steel purlins 4,899.54 kilograms. And for our electrical, we have 1,110 conduits, boxes, and fittings, conduit works, conduits rough-ins, one lump sum, 1,101.33 wires and wiring devices, one lump sum, 1,102 panel board with main and branch breakers, one lump sum, 1,103 lighting fixtures and lamps, one lump sum. So for our summary of lump sums are the following. Of course, we have the Occupational Safety and Health Program, the proper PPE signage, Safety First SF1, Safety First SF2, hard hat area, danger deep excavation, beware falling debris, construction entrance, construction exit, safety harness required, welding hot work area, authorized personnel only, fall hazard, temporary material stocking area, and for the permit and clearances, we have for the building permit, the all professionals and Bureau of Fire as per CDO CORD number 20860/2014. And for the lump sum for our conduits, boxes, and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, lighting fixtures and lamps. And for our minimum equipment requirement, we have the stake truck cargo, 1 unit owned, concrete vibrator, 2 unit owned, backhoe, 1 unit leased, dump truck, 1 unit owned, 1 bagger mixer, 1 unit owned, bar cutter, 1 unit owned, bar bender, 1 unit owned, welding machine, 1 unit owned, cutting outfit, 1 unit owned, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned, minor tools, 1 set owned, boom truck, 1 unit leased, plate compactor, 5 horsepower, 1 unit owned. As per for the summary of quantities, it is subjected for bid bulletin for the additional hauling rates for the rental of equipment. So that is for this project. Thank you.
Thank you. You have any questions? Yes. Nice.
May hapon, Mr. Chair, member of this committee, may hapon sa tanan sa atong bisita. Pangutana lang ko, Mr. Chair, kay may nangutana, basig sa'yo tamahuman, ani. Kanang, gimitingan mo na mo ni sa Taga-Arcadia Village, kini siyang request nila nga structures, covered court. Kanang, mangutana, sa akong nakuan lang, sa overview lang karon, murag complete package begini siya. No, murag kinahana ba? Pero mangutana lang ko ani about aning painting works ba? Apil bang salog ani sa basketballan? Apil ang design niya sa basketball court? Mapintalan? Kana bitaw sa basketballan ba kay inani ko ni siya. Napoy request ani pero dili sa DP sa city engineers ang soldier seal subdivision. Nabay taga soldier seal ani. Murag kulang-kulang gyud ang nahitabo kay inani gyapon siya covered court gitiwas lang siya. Daghan kay kulang. Ang basketballan wala na plaster, covered court siminto lang dahil lang yang salog. Ang katong basketballan mismo wala gitaod. Naidaan ba? Kini apil ba ni? Apil ba ni siya? Nay basketballan ani, nagbarog siya. O covered court lang gid siya.
Covered court lang siya.
Covered court lang siya. basketball katong ring katong board wala.
Budget.
Covered court na siya.
Basketball.
So kani Pilte Works ang usa may buot pasabutan niya katong structure niya.
Oo.
Ang katong kuan ang katong unsa ni stage wala way apil sa kuan ni. Apil siya sa pintal. Okay. So there's possibility nga mangayo mula sa barangay ug kaning basketballan. Di mo ni kasagara mo god ako na encounter mo inani ba. Ino sa city mo to siya nga project. Ay kaduha nga pangutana kaning lighting pictures ba. Pila mo kasuga ibutang ani? 20. Unsa may wattage ani usa klase nga suga ibutang? Pila wattage ani?
200 watt.
200 watts, ya 20 ka buok.
20.
Si haya pa nis. Bisag amigas ani mo makita na to ani. Sige kay mangutana mo guni sila kung sa kay kuan ba insakto gigikuanan ni kana bang overview kay ako mo gipadala ni kapitan ani dito sa meeting. Mangutana mo sila dito, nya ako magipating karon diri kay basi di taga-tubag. So ang basketballan na ni way labot ani nga kuan project. So posible magguba mo tong basketballan dito kay na may basketballan dito na i-ring. Magguba siya. So mangita kung budget ng bitaw na niya. Kaya para maklaro bitaw nila kay daghan pugod pungutana basta winani unya. Pag gumas project ang kasagara mo god is mangutana sila nga uy wala tayo inani daghan kay pangutana ba nga which is kapitan mo katubag kaya ako may padala ani dire para ma-clarify lang nato ning tanan. So inana ang katong yang salog sa basketballan way labot sa pintal.
Wala.
Way labot sa pintal ay lagi sa napil. Basta basketballan so intiro kuha na gid siya kanang purely kuha na gid siya kanang covered court na gid siya asang stage dayon with lighting pictures and katong mga lamps. Katulang Mr. Chair, salamat kayo.
Okay, thank you. So in addition to clarify our project is construction of multi-purpose building. So hindi na sa user o itong basketballan o itong jingle ball.
Wala kay kayo.
So
Yung PB mo god.
structure lang sa gyud ang amo. Okay. So any other questions? So if there is none, thank you very much, Engineer Mabel. So that's all for the presentation of the details of the 4 projects. So now let us proceed with the second part, which is the instruction of leaders, the requirements.
Thank you, Engineer.
And for this, I would like to call on the Engineer to share that.
Yes, sir. There's an online question.
So
From Adrian Machio, 1430. Good afternoon. I want to ask if procurement requirements vary per project in your office. If yes, would you please specify what types of requirements or projects specific?
for the bidding requirements, this will be discussed now. Okay. By Chair.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. We will be discussing the procurement requirements and procedures for these infrastructure projects. So we have this agenda, a discussion of project details, basic contract data, the brief orientation of the minimum requirements that must be complied by the bidders and the common reasons for non-compliant bidders. So here we have the infrastructure projects with the corresponding contract IDs and the approved budget for the contract. So for the procurement schedule, the buying of tender documents is until April 6, 2026 at 9:30 AM only. The deadline for the submission of bids will be on April 6, 2026 until 10 AM. And the opening of bids will follow right after the deadline or the dropping of bids. For the bid submission, it may be done manually or electronically. However, the bidder should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. So first, we have the manual submission, wherein we have the pre-bid system. They are separated sealed bid envelopes with an original copy 1 and copy 2. For the electronic submission, the details are stated in the bid leadership. Bid proposals will be submitted through an authorized representative together with the original notarized special power of attorney or SPA for the sole proprietorship or board, partnership, joint venture resolution with secretary certificate for corporation, partnership, joint venture, or cooperative, which is contract specific, and presentation of the company ID or any government issued ID. To ensure the representative is an official member and to prevent fraudulent actions such as unauthorized use of another contractor's eligibility for personal gain. Next, we have the first envelope, wherein the bidder must provide a valid and updated PhilGEMS registration certificate, platinum membership. Failure of bidder to update the PhilGEMS certificate of registration shall result in an automatic suspension of the bidder's certificate. Next, the bidder must provide a statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Please take note that if you are to disclose the required information or providing incomplete or false details may result in disqualification from the bidding process. Next, the bidder must provide a statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLC. And also the bidder must also provide the pickup license or a special pickup license for joint ventures. Next, the bidder must also provide the bid security. We have 4 forms of bid security. The bidder will only choose one form to be submitted. We have the cash deposit check, the bank guarantee, the bond, and the bid security declaration with their corresponding bid amount. Here we have the standard form for the bid security declaration. Next, the bidder must provide an organizational chart for the contract. And also the list of contractors personnel and the list of contractors major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreement. We see in the attached bidding documents for the required use of experience for the key personnel and the required number of units for the major equipment. So here we have the standard form for the key personnel and the standard form for the use of equipment. Next, the bidder must also provide the original and duly signed omnibus sworn statement and the net financial contracting capacity or the NFCC, and also a duly signed joint venture agreement with applicable. Here we have the standard form for the omnibus sworn statement. Next, for the second envelope, the bidder must provide an original and duly signed financial bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, and also the cash flow by quarter. So here we have the standard form for the bid form. The standard form for the bill of quantities. The standard form for the detailed estimates. And this is the standard form for the cash flow by quarter. Next, we have these common goals for the non-compliant bid. These are the observation of the previous procurement activities. First, we have these missing or incomplete required documents, unsigned or improperly signed forms, incorrect or inconsistent computation in the bill of quantities of financial proposal, unexpired or invalid licenses and permits, in compliance with specified technical requirement, and failure to use prescribed form. And these are the preventive measures and recommendations. So first, carefully checking the validity of all documents, ensuring all forms are signed by the authorized signatory, using the exact forms provided in the bidding documents, and verifying duplications before submission, organizing documents according to the prescribed sequence, and asking clarifications from the back secretariat within the allowable period. So that is all, Mr. Chair. Dr. Luna.
To Sherlan, is there any clarifications regards to the bidding requirements? Or online viewers, hopefully, we have question was answered.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, may I add po, additional? Regarding the discussion on the PRE buffer project, the requirements for the technical documents will not vary as explained earlier. So the only document that will vary is the financial document. And also the major categories for each project and major category and the categories that you have comprehensions. As stated, tanana siya sa video. That would be all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. And I now procurement. So, yes. So if there is none, this pre-bidding conference has come to an end. Thank you very much everyone for coming. Once again, good afternoon.
Dan, off na yung mailan? YouTube.